Hello and welcome to Board 8 Baseball for the Badass League Division Series between the Wonder Weasels and the Rocky Death Mountain Gorons. With me today for the commentary, I have Sir Chris. Thanks for being here.
Not a problem, Alec. Glad to be here. We have an exciting matchup tonight after the last game. It was Luke Scott, of all people, who had the late inning heroics with an eighth inning home run to give the Dorons an 8-6 victory. Today we have Roy Oswalt versus Clayton Kershaw, with Kershaw on the mound to start the game for the Dorons. And first pitch is already underway. Ball high to Derek Jeter. So, Alec, what impressed you with the Dorons last game that they were able to pull out a victory versus the Weasels?
I think what it really came down to is after they blew that 6-0 lead, and it was tied up 6-6, it would have been really easy for them to kind of just give up, go home, but they were able to fight back, get the homers, and their bullpen was able to shut it down from there and hold on for the victory, and I was really impressed by that.
Full count to Derek Jeter already, and I agree. It's just a shame that when they face me in the if they make it, strikeout by Kershaw, very nice. It's just a shame that if they even make it past the Wonder Weasels, that they are never going to score 8 runs the entire series versus me, much less in one game. And Ryan Zimmerman with Ryan Zimmerman with a base hit to center field, which brings up the guy you do not want anyone. 99 contact, 99 power, Albert Pujols. Why did I trade this guy again?
Huh. Yeah, well, hey, I think you didn't come off too badly from that deal.
Yeah.
Pujols on the year, 263 average, 382 OBP, hitting well for power, had 4 homers, knocked in 12. But, he
Yeah, I
still
think I
can't.
ended up getting Troy Tulowitzki, the on-base machine, and he strikes out here. So there we go. Gene's pull holes. I'm sorry, Albert. Please forgive me. Now up, Hideki Matsui. He was a big star for them last game.
Yes, Matsui, one of the first half MVPs, hit 6 homers, tied for the major league lead. Hit well, decently for average, got on base a lot, hit fantastically for power, one of the better left fielders in the league.
And he's already up 3-0 in the count. Kershaw can't seem to find the straight zone, or maybe does not want to. This is Matsui. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And he walks him almost intentionally, really. He never really decided to throw him anything
Yeah, the
close.
unintentional intentional walk. He doesn't want to face him, but that brings up Curtis Granderson, who has been a great hitter himself. Hit well in the last game, hit 328 in the regular season, showed some good power, although he did slump a bit in the second half.
Here's a blooper into the outfield. Will it stay up? Nope. Easy fly ball for the left fielder. And on the mound today for the Wonder Weasels is Roy Oswalt. He had a pretty struggling regular season with a 4.46 ERA, although he did finish 3-1, so his team has given him some support behind him when he's been out there.
Let's see. When you have these two teams, these two offensive juggernauts, they've been able to, even if their pitching slumped a bit, they could get the runs up to lift them up.
Very true. When you have leadoff hitters like Dustin Pedroia, who has a lot of grit and not much height,
Yes,
you you can do
he
a
traded
lot.
Hart
You
for
know
height, clearly.
you know all about Pedroia's grit, don't you, as a Boston
Oh
guy?
yes,
Oh, but
it's
no grit helped him there with a strikeout, called third.
yeah,
And speaking of no
he got
heart,
a very gritty
Alex,
grand slam in the last game to put his team up 4-0. So
was it a grand slam or was it a double that went over the wall?
it was definitely a double that gritted over the fence.
That almost made
Yep.
sense.
So
Well, now A-Rod's down 0-2 in the count to Oswalt.
A-Rod, who hit
Pitch barely
385
missed.
in the second half this regular season.
Damn, that's
But I
impressive. And he strikes out here,
he hit,
though. Both pitchers seem to be doing fairly well so far, getting lots of
he hit
strikeouts.
385 in the second half, but had no homers in that time. Whereas he had 3 homers and hit around 290 in the first half. So
Well, both halves were very good.
yep.
Just didn't have as much power. Although A-Rod is, of course, a threat to go for a homer at any at bat, even if he has had a lot so
Yep.
far.
Cabrera, who hit 184 this season, but a 394 on base clip.
He's pulling a Troy Tulowitzki.
Yeah.
It's like worse, because Tulowitzki just doesn't know how to start working.
Yeah.
Ah, well, those are right there in honor of the man I just mentioned.
And
Both pitchers seem to want to pitch around to people every now and
Yep.
then. He brings up David
David
Ortiz.
Ortiz hit 5 homers, hit 313, and he's going to hit that one right to third base.
So it seems early on that both pitchers seem to have fairly good command. Their only hit so far was a fairly soft hit ball to the outfield. So let's see if they can keep it up in the second. First pitch to Mike Napoli, blah, is a ball.
Napoli came through last game. He has been fantastic as the catcher, a real steal in the draft there, hitting 289 with 4 homers, one of the better catchers in the majors.
And yet he has worse stats than Mike Carlos Ruiz. Yet he has like 100 better batting
Yeah.
average, and he does it again. Matt Napoli, professional hitter.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, as we've clearly learned, it doesn't matter how good somebody actually is. It's just what they do.
It's true. Who cares about stats? It's not about the stats that are in the game. It's about the stats in the win
Yeah,
column.
what we saw who Shinsu Chu or whatever, who's coming into this season was regarded as one of the higher picks. Who I think he was the one who had 0 hits in 40 at bats, and we had some fun stuff like that.
Wow. You know what it is? He's an
Yeah,
Indian.
I mean, I don't know how he ever was, one of the top draft picks in real life, but
Well, in real life, because he's actually a good
yeah,
player.
but he's still an Indian in real life.
Oh, true. Jose Bautista coming up. Speaking of one of the best hitters in the league, probably undervalued by quite a bit in this game, really.
Yes, well, yes, the clearly this game, I mean, it shows there. It looks like he's got some good contact and some good power, but this season,
He's just amazing,
no
yeah.
homers, hitting only 145. In fact, the worst right fielder in the Badass League with a 330 OPS.
Not as we say that, he's really gonna strike out, hit a 3-run shot here. There can be no in between.
No, fucking between.
Very nice, Alec. 2-2 pitch coming up. There is no in between. Throw on for Chris. Coming up, Derek Jeter. He struck out in the first. Let's see if Clayton Kershaw can pitch out of this jam. He had runners on first and third with nobody out, but has so far effectively maneuvered around that. And that is a very impressive imitation of real life right there as Derek Jeter grounds Whitley to the pitcher. Wow, that is impressive. Due up first is Nelson Cruz for the Gorons.
Yes, Cruz, one of the weaker left fielders, hit 227 in the regular season. Hits this one deep, but it's going to be an out.
How did Carlos Beltran do this year?
He hit 283, pair of homers. Didn't really take any walks, but
They're not making Warriors work very hard this season, are they?
no.
Two pitches, 2 outs. Now here comes Luke Scott, the hero of the last game.
He did not have a.
Oh, and that's gonna be a web gem for the week, I assume.
Yeah, right there.
Diving stop by the second baseman. 3 pitches, 3 outs, and that's the fastest inning you can possibly have.
So back up is Zimmerman, the Troy Tulowitzki wannabe, or one of the Troy Tulowitzki wannabes. Of course, he, as that one is going to be hit into right, and it'll be an out. He's got 189 average, 377 OBP, but he does have the most homers in baseball, tied for the most with 6 homers, tied with teammate Hideki Matsui.
Well, I guess we can start to see how the Wonder Weasels made the playoffs. Lots of power lineup.
They have by far, I believe, the most homers in baseball. They have the most runs per game, second best OPS, and the fewest errors.
They also lead the league in most no hits given up with 1.
Yes, exactly. Well, clearly you motivated them for the rest of the season.
Clearly, that just pissed them off. Although being serious, I was very glad to see Roy Halladay come back to form in my game. Like I was afraid, but I stuck with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that ball's deep, and well, Matsui does it again. Solo shot to left field.
Can see why they walked him in the first inning. Matsui
Yeah,
coming through here.
1-0.
6 homers in the regular season, showing some power here in the playoffs.
Seems like Matsui wasn't just a regular season fluke. and the one Weasels the Dorons 1-0, and that is I believe that is their first lead in the series.
Mhm. Yes, I believe yes, it will be. So,
And Terrence Granderson seniors to right fielder. So with 2 outs, a little something going. Matt Napoli's up. He's 1 for 1 on the game. Third at first, no one likes that. I can't hear them, but they're probably buried. Oh, and a silly play there. He tried to just drop behind it, but instead tries to twirl a ballerina, but missed the play. Due up for the Dorons is Giovanni Soto, who apparently has all zeros. Well, a lie.
yeah, well, hit 209 in the regular season, which is about average for a catcher in Board 8 baseball, apparently.
I remember when I ragged on Darunia for making that pitch, and he was like, "No, you're a fool. He's great." I got the last laugh there. He's a Cub. I know how he feels personally.
Yeah, well, I've been told by certain people that Starlin Castro guy is